Hello and thanks for joining us on this video. Now today I want to share with you 10 key principles and strategies that can make you the very best in any field and to become truly world-class in your field. And whether you're aspiring to be a musician, an athlete, an entrepreneur, a scientist, a business executive, anything that you want to do, these 10 principles can pretty much lead you to the very top. So let's dive in and let's start sharing these 10 principles. Now, the first principle is to be able to set clear and ambitious, unambiguous goals. And we should understand that the key to becoming world class is first to have clearly established goals. Without these, you wouldn't know even when you hit it. It is said that if you don't know where you're going, then anywhere would be your stop. So the first thing is to decide that I want to be world class in this aspect or area of life or business, and then you aim towards it. Now we need to set ambitious targets that challenge our abilities and push us outside of our comfort zones. These goals that you set for yourself towards becoming world class should be what is generally referred to as SMART goals. So they should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant. Some say it should be realistic, and then time bonded. So there should be a time space within which, or time frame within which you want to achieve this. Without clearly established and defined goals, we become aimless, and then we shoot in every direction, where sometimes our stomachs even lead us. There are people who, for example, play football and they are said and described to be stomach direction footballers. So they don't have any aim, they just play where they feel or where their body is oriented. Robert Heinlein puts it in a very good way that in the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until ultimately we become enslaved by them, unquote. So it is important that we set clear, ambitious goals that drive towards becoming world-class and becoming the best in your field. Now, the second strategy is to embrace a growth mindset. Now, adopting a growth mindset is very critical to becoming world-class and the best in your field. Now, you should believe that your abilities can be developed through dedication, hard work, and continuous learning. There is nothing, there's no, everything, Brian Tracy says something I like, that all skills are learnable. Anything that has helped world-class people or world-class businesses to become world-class can be learned and can be duplicated. So you should embrace the opportunities for growth that life brings, and learning from failures, past mistakes, and persisting through what might look like setbacks. And you should cultivate a positive attitude towards self-improvement, and you should see obstacles as stepping stones to success. Former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher put it brilliantly when she says that you may have to fight a battle more than once to win it, unquote. Now, the third strategy that can help you to become world-class and the best in any field is to seek expert guidance and mentorship. So to accelerate your progress, you should seek guidance from people who have been there and done it. People who have done what you want to do and achieve, world-class status in the field that you want to also become world-class in. Now, that might require finding suitable mentors who can provide valuable insights and share their experiences with you, as well as guiding you through challenges. Now, this is not always possible. Where it's not possible, you may want to dedicate and devote yourself to studying, reading about them. Most great people, most great achievers would have either a biography or something written about them that you can read and that can inspire you and point you in the right direction. This is because their expertise and wisdom will help you to avoid the common mistakes and pitfalls that they made on their way to becoming world class. It is said that experience is the best teacher, but smart people learn from the experiences of others rather than waiting to go through the same experiences to learn from. Now, the fourth strategy is you need to develop a disciplined and practice routine. So, you should have a sort of, things that you practice regularly, and there should be some discipline in terms of how you go through this practice. World-class performers understand the importance of deliberate practice to their outcomes. So in many cases, they would have a dedicated discipline. Some of them are so committed to these disciplines and these routines that they cannot do anything else but to stick to them religiously. So you should design a disciplined routine that focuses on improving the specific skills and the techniques that you need to become world class. These would be the skills and the techniques that the people who or the organizations that are already world class possess and use. Now, to do this, you should break down complex tasks into smaller ones, smaller manageable parts, and practice them consistently. Somebody says that, how do you eat an elephant? And the response is one bite at a time. If you imagine that big elephant, it can sometimes be intimidating. But if you take it one bite at a time, it becomes more manageable, and ultimately you can get to the end. Regular practice not only enhances your abilities, but also builds muscle and then endurance. And then you are able to last longer and possibly outlast opposition. It boosts your confidence. Thomas Edison says it brilliantly that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, unquote. And even this great inventor realized the importance, the ultimate importance of practice, of training in the outcomes if you want to be successful eventually. The fifth strategy, also very important, is that you should continuously seek feedback and then self-reflect. One of the very sad things in life is, people who cannot self-reflect. You should be able to look back at what you've done, and the things that are causing or yielding your outcomes, and then to make changes as necessary. And one of the best ways to do is to receive feedback from other people. So regularly reflect on your performance, what you do, the weaknesses, your strengths, and then take corrective actions. You can also get feedback from mentors, or colleagues where possible. So we should embrace feedback as a catalyst for growth and strive for continuous improvement. The sixth strategy, very important if you want to become world class and the best in your field, is to develop a strong work ethic. World class individuals and entities, companies, possess an unwavering work ethic. Now, you should be willing to put in the necessary time and effort, the work it takes to become successful eventually. There is a saying I like so much, that the only place that work comes before success is in the dictionary. Sorry, I put it the other way. The only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. But of course, we don't live in the dictionary. So if you want to be successful, if you want to be world class, then you need to first put in the work before you can get success. And to do this, we need to prioritize tasks to manage them. I said already about breaking them into manageable chunks, and we should show some dedication to our craft in working towards them. There is research produced by Anders Ericsson that points to the fact that to become a leader in your field, in any sector, you need at least 1,000 hours of work. And that confirms, strengthens the point we made earlier about practice. So 20 hours a week for 50 weeks, roughly a year, would make you the leader in your field in 10 years approximately, because that would equate to the 10,000 hours that has been bandied around so many times and many people feel has worked for them. So remember, a strong work ethic is very critical if you want to become successful. The seventh strategy is to cultivate resilience and perseverance. Now, the journey towards becoming world class is rarely smooth. People who have gone through it will tell you that it was never easy. And I like their honesty, so that nobody is deceived into thinking that it's going to be something that is handed to you on a silver platter. To be able to do this, to weather the storms, you need to develop the resilience which will result from the setbacks and the failures that one encounters. Now, you should be willing and ready to embrace the opportunities that arise from these setbacks and then look on them, take lessons from them and then grow from them. Samuel Johnson says, and I quote, that great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance, unquote. So to be able to achieve greatness, it is not just the physical strength or force, but the ability to persevere, rising up, bouncing back up from setbacks and things that put one down. The eighth point is to network and then to collaborate. It is important to build a strong network of like-minded individuals because this is critical to your growth and development if you want to be the best. You should surround yourselves with people who share the same passion. Somebody says that when you travel, you should travel in the same vehicle as people who are going to the same destination. If you join people who are going to a different destination, then one of you is going to end up in the wrong destination. So to do this, you should be willing and able to collaborate with others in your field, exchange ideas with them, learn from the experiences of the best. Networking not only expands your knowledge, but it opens doors to new opportunities. Porter Gale, author of Your Network is Your Network, says, and I quote, I believe that your social capital or your ability to build a network of authentic personal and professional relationships, not your financial capital, is the most important asset in your portfolio, unquote. So this stresses how important our networks are to our net worth ultimately. The ninth point is innovation. So we should strive to innovate and find new ways of doing things as against the traditional established ways that can sometimes be very limiting. Now, sometimes we get addicted to doing things in the traditional way, the same old way that everybody does them in. According to, it's reported that Albert Einstein, said something along these lines, that the definition of insanity is doing things in the same way and expecting different results. Of course, if you do keep doing things in the same way, you will keep getting the same results. So if you want to get different results, then you should change the way you do things. Stephen Jeffers, business and marketing expert, says, and I quote, innovation is the unrelenting drive to break the status quo and develop anew where few have dared to go. So innovation is very important if you want to become world class. Great philosopher Socrates has some advice here, and I quote, the secret of change is to focus all your energy not in fighting the old, but building on the new. The 10th, but by no means the least of the strategies I want to share with you, if you want to be truly world class and become the best in any field, is to benchmark and then to measure your performance. And this is something I have found for nearly 2 decades of research myself, that benchmarking and performance measurement are the key cornerstones to becoming world class. So it is important that you continuously evaluate your progress and then compare it against the leaders in that field, the best in class in the field that you aspire to become world class in. Brian Tracy says something that is beautiful. He says, benchmark your performance against the best and then your competitors. Think how you can beat them next time, unquote. So it is important that not only you measure what you're doing, but you are able to compare to the best in your field. In concluding, let me say that becoming world class requires a strong work ethic, dedication, discipline, a good mindset, and we have talked about all the other things you need to do. But most importantly, let me reinforce the point that you need to set clear goals, seek expert guidance, embrace deliberate practice, develop resilience, a strong work ethic, and a strong network. Remember, greatness is never ever obtained overnight. But in the words of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the heights of great men, rich and kept, were not attained by a sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward through the night. Unquote. So let us embark on this great journey to world class, to becoming best in class in our fields together until eventually we all become truly world class. Well, thank you for watching this. If you found this helpful, then I will invite you to subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, and you will be alerted when we next upload videos. Please share this in your networks with your friends and family and keep coming back. See you in the next video. Thank you.